What's up, people? Alright, so I got asked this question the other day, and the question has to do with um, a conversation a best friend of mine and I had. And he asked me this question because people have been asking him this question. And the question has to do with, am I gay or am I straight? And I have to say, I'm an open minded straight guy. I do prefer women, but I'm not going to deny the possible chance that I could meet a guy. So who knows what could possibly happen with life? I could meet a guy. I could meet a trans woman. I can meet somebody who's gender queer. I can meet somebody who is no gender. I can meet somebody who likes to cross dress as a woman, or somebody who likes to cross dress as a man. Who knows? And who knows what could possibly happen? I say keep an open mind to what could possibly happen. So that's pretty much how I look at my whole preference on what I'm attracted to. I do prefer women. I would definitely say that. So, I mean, even if you're somebody who's trans, if you're a trans woman, chances are I probably take a liking to you. It just depends on whether or not we click and mesh well. So it really doesn't matter what's between the legs. I mean, something just feminine is what I'm attracted to. So there's a chance I can meet a guy, whether he's a very feminine gay guy or whatever. So it really just doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. There's just a chance of I could meet a guy and some trans guys prefer dating other men, and with that being said, I've been asked questions on if somebody's transitioning from female to male, why not just say female if they're gonna date other guys? Well, they feel like a man. They're gonna be a man. They're gonna live life as a man. And if they're like men, they're gonna date other men. And what happens when you get two men dating? They're gay. And that's really not hard to figure out. Yeah, it's kind of confusing if they're transitioning from female to male. If they used to be female, it's kind of confusing on why didn't they just say female. Well, then they don't feel like a female. That's why. And same thing, vice versa. If somebody's dating women and they're transitioning from male to female, they feel like a woman, so they're gonna live life as a woman, and they're gonna date women because they're attracted to women. Sexual orientation and gender really have nothing to do with each other, and that's something that some people kind of confuse. And what your preference is, what you're attracted to, really has absolutely nothing to do with what's between the legs. That's just, I don't know. That's something that people confuse. I'm not quite sure. I did for a while was kind of confused on. It kind of threw me off when I heard about like gay trans men, because when I first started transitioning, I was kind of naive about the whole LGBTQ community. I just really didn't know a whole lot, and I still don't know a whole lot because I'm not really surrounded by anything like that, and I'm very open minded. I keep always like try to be. I do try to, respect what other people like and what other people prefer to, date. I've heard how studs and butchers are dating guys, and people are getting upset about it and saying, you're a lesbian, or you're a stud, or you're a butch, or whatever. You're supposed to date women. You're supposed to look this way. You're supposed to be this way, and it's like, who says you have to be like that? I mean, is there a written law somewhere saying you have to be a certain way to date somebody? I mean, you can't help who you fall in love with, so it really doesn't, it's not, anyway, so it's just mind-boggling that people get upset when, somebody who's dating somebody, different than what they are used to seeing. And who cares? I mean, why do you care so much about what other people do with their life? And so it's weird. I've lost hope in the human race. And this shirt is probably one of my favorite shirts, Endangered Species. I think this shirt speaks volumes on what society has become. Anyway, so back to the topic on hand. There are trans men who date other men. That means that they're gay. Yes, they're transitioning from female to male, but just because somebody who used to be female doesn't mean they're gonna live life as a female if they don't feel like a female. I mean, they're basically the same thing. You know, what I'm doing. I'm transitioning from female to male, but I prefer women. Doesn't mean I'm a lesbian. It means I'm a man who used to be female or was born with female anatomy. But just because I don't feel like a female doesn't mean I have to live like one. So, basically, I live my life as a man. I do prefer women. There could be a chance I could meet a man. There could be a chance I could meet a trans woman. Who knows? And so it really just depends on who I meet and who I'm attracted to, whether we click or not. And that's pretty much the same thing with anybody else who is transitioning. And, their gender and their sexual orientation really just have nothing to do with each other. And there's no written law saying you have to date somebody of this way, you have to date somebody of that way, you have to date somebody who is, exactly like you, or somebody who's completely the opposite. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, can't help who we love. They're just, it's just life. That's just my thoughts about that whole topic. If I missed any points, or if I missed something that somebody was wondering, shoot me a question. I will try the best that I can to answer it. I've been asked just about every question under the sun regarding my transition, regarding things trans related. So, hit me up if you have any questions. I'm not a big fan of snapbacks. Off topic, I know, but I'm not a fan of snapbacks. But this is Superman, and Superman. I do like Superman, so I'm gonna rock the hat, even if it's snapback. All right, that's it. I will catch y'all later. Peace.